Hello, my friends. Morgan Gecko here again. We are on Calypso. We're on Euphoria. That's the landmass that is not where all of the land areas are. This is the one where Port Atlantis and Twin Peaks and all that stuff is on. And today we are going to do a little show and tell on an activity that the newest of new guys can do. All you need is like 5 ped to get started on it. And that's not that hard to come up with. You can sit around for a little while and sell sweat, get 5 ped, and invest in something. And I'm going to show you what that something is. Right now, we are at Athena Spaceport. Really pretty place. If you haven't got this TP, then you need to get it. As far as I know, this is the only service center they've got. We're going to go over here. If you're a new person, or if you're just new to doing this, you want to go to Tools. You want to click on the TerraTech PH1. That's what it looks like right there. That's the beast. It's like an Entropian chainsaw without the chains. It's like a twin circular saw, I guess. Anyway, with this thing, we're going to harvest wood. There are trees out there that can be chopped down, and this thing automatically converts them into planks. This thing, the required level is 0 for the PH1. It has a learning period where you're able to get a skill bonus, and that's from level 0 to level 3. You've got 22 uses per minute, but when you're out harvesting, that means nothing because you're not concerned about speed. So, I happen to have one of those. So we're going to go see if we can find us some timber that we can make some planks out of. You can't just go up to any tree. It has to be a proper tree with a label on it. So we're going to go to Port Atlantis, just because I know that there's some around there. Port Atlantis. There it is. All I need to do now is find my way out of here. Yeah. I want to go out this back wall. And I'm going to equip my Teratech PH1. And now we go looking for trees that we can do something with. These aren't the trees. If they were the trees, what was that? I thought there was some fruit back there. Oops. I don't want to have to kill that snarg. Alright, see these trees over here? These are what we're looking for. You scan the trees. And you see that man, there's a bunch of trees over here. I would imagine that because this is excuse me while this thing's already mostly dead. It's hurt. Put it out of its misery. Poor old snark. Very misunderstood. It says Merry Snarg Carpets. A Christmas snarg. What will they think of next? Alright, so what we're looking for see that tree right there? It's going to say small tree here, and you're going to have a label, you know, just like any other mob. It says small tree. You just aim your Teratech tool at that. It's sort of like using a healer. You can see up here, it has given us, wrong one. We got eight short moonleaf boards out of it, and 47 wood shavings. And let's find us another. There's a small tree over there. So we run over here. Oop, it's the tree beyond that one. we'll see what our total is after. Now we're up to 37 short boards and up to 94 wood shavings. Anything else we can do? Ooh. This is actually a pretty good spot because it shows us. Man, I wish these flowers would stop popping up because I keep thinking they're fruit. You will notice that this one is a large tree. And it says large tree up here on top. I'm going to go over here and knock out this small tree. And it's sawing away and giving us short boards. Let me do something here. Is it interface? Yes, that's it. I'm gonna enable my loop windows. I want to find another small tree. There's another one over here. So you can see those short moonleaf boards just racking up. And the sawdust. And so we wind up with a bunch of short boards and a pile of sawdust. So now come back over here and we see we have a large tree. Large tree. Now I know that if I use this tool, if I use the tool that you get out of the trade terminal, that I'm not going to get anything except short boards out of that large tree. I don't know for a fact that it'll give me more than would be possible out of a small tree, but I know that they're all going to be small. So I went out and I invested in a TerraTech 2. Let's do something here. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. There was something I forgot to point out. Maximum wood tier, small tree. What that means is that you can cut down any of the tree sizes, small, large, or huge, and all you're going to get is small tree lumber. With the PH2, the max wood tier is large. That's what we've got here. So let's see what we get. Short board, short, 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 may just be able to get short boards out of it. I would have expected to see a medium-sized board out of it. Over here, we have a huge tree. See up here, it says huge. It says huge there. Actually, there's a large tree on the other side of it, which is good. We could cut this down with our PH1. It's going to give us nothing but small boards. Let's see what happens when we use the PH2 on this huge tree. Short, short, short. Short. Looks like we're not getting anything but short boards out of that. Let's go check out this large tree. Okay, we got large tree, large tree. We're using our PH2 tool. Is that it? Well, sometimes that's all you get, I guess. Let's look around here, see if there's anything else. There's some small trees over here. I do know that you do not want to use anything other than the tool out of the trade terminal, the PH1, to cut down small trees. The specifications on the PH2 say large tree for a reason. Oh, a merry snarg. He doesn't sound very merry. He's not going to be very merry after I get through popping a cap on his ass. So again, nothing but small boards. Maybe they're giving out boxes or something. Not out of that one. Oh no. What we're doing is prospecting for trees. I would think that Port Atlantis would be a good place to start. I would imagine there are a lot of trees here. We're up to 90, oops, we're up to 100 trees, 102. Hello, Snarg. Wonder what makes them so special. I'd like to be able to find another large tree. I'm not sure how close you have to be before these trees identify themselves. I think I said earlier that you only want to use that trade terminal cutter to do small trees. That's if you have an alternative. That's if you have a larger harvester available. If you don't, if the small harvester is all you've got, then use the small harvester. What you don't want to use is the small harvester to cut down a larger tree when you have a larger tool available. Because the possibility of getting better material out of a larger tree can only be done when you have a larger tool. Otherwise, you're just going to get short boards. I saw one flash over here. Small tree. One across the road. The markup on the short boards is around 120%. And Of course, that's only good if you're able to put together a large enough stack so that your material that you're putting on auction is large enough, to be able to get anything. A 120% of a little bitty number is a little bitty number. You have to have a larger number to make it worthwhile. You want to be able to get your auction fee back. I went on the auction. Went to the auctioneer, and under materials, I looked up timber, I think it was, and they've got short boards and long boards. Come on, up, up, up. You can do it. I got faith in you. Might be misplaced faith, but I got it in you. It's another small tree. But anyway, there are small boards and there are long boards, and then there are boards. And my assumption is, because we've got 3 lengths of boards and we've got 3 size trees, that and we actually have 4 tools, pH 1 through 4. I'm assuming that since the small tool only gives you small boards, that the regular length boards will be from either 2 or 2 and 3, and the long boards will either be from the best tool. I just don't have that information. I'm not sure where to get that information. I don't know of anybody that does this on a regular basis. There's a large tree dead ahead. Or is it over here? Yes, it's over here. No, I don't want to do that. I want to use my pH 2 to do this tree. I know that the pH 1 is going to give me nothing but... Oh. Yes. That was a wise decision. Because for our show and tell, now we have the short boards that we've seen, and we've got just plain old moonleaf boards. Notice that the picture of it shows it to probably be a little bit longer, maybe. It's about the same length. But if this one is short and this one doesn't say short, that one's presumed to be shorter than this one. And it looks like it's narrower. And that's from the PH2. Oh yeah. And markup on this for the month and for the year, it's around 120. For the week, it's 113, but even 113 is not bad. The regular board, it's been as high as 145. Other than that, it's been in the 130s. So we've got 6 of these boards, and it's worth 18 PEC. So it's going to take a bunch of those boards, you know, to make a good stack. But if the markup is going to be, what did I say, 130 something, then it's worth it. You got to play the long game. Just put this stuff in storage and let it accumulate. Huge tree dead ahead. While we're running to that, I'm scanning these other trees. Don't see anything. Now, is it going to be this near tree, or is it going to be the next one? It's going to be the, well, I guess it's going to be this one. Moonleaf board, moonleaf board, moonleaf board. Oh, snavel snot. Moonleaf board. I don't know what happened with the first attempt using that PH2 on the larger tree, but it's worked for us on. Ooh! I killed a female old snavel snot with a value of 5 PED. How about that? I'm bad. I am bad. Scourge of the snavels. I would like to find some more larger trees to try out our theory on the longer boards. Obviously, it gives us longer boards. It would be nice if it gives us longer boards most of the time. But I think that we can rightly predict, though, that with the pH3 and pH4 tools, we should see the long boards. We've seen the short ones, we've seen the intermediate size, and if we had the better harvester, we'd see the better product. But the markup on the pH3 and the pH4 is like 35. It was between 25 and 30 ped markup. And while I would love to try it out, I don't have that kind of ped for a video. Small tree right here. Now, small tree. I'm going to do it with the pH2 cutter, and all we're getting are short boards out of it. So that tells us that we don't want to use a better tool on a smaller tree. Oh, it's one of them holiday snargs. There's another small tree up there. We'll go on ahead and use the small cutter. A small cutter is only going to give small boards. Only going to give small boards. A better cutter might give you a non-small board, but only out of a non-small tree. A small tree is always going to give you a small board. If you have a pH1 cutter, you do not want to cut a larger tree. It's wasting that tree. Okay. So kill me, please. I don't see what's so festive about that damn snarg. So let's see how we fared here. Short moonleaf boards. Oh, I don't need that. We'll just do it this way. We've got 165 short boards for 1.65 PED. That's a Midas tree board. That's a Midas tree board. There's that there. Move that out of the way. We've got 13 regular size boards for 0.39 PED. And all of that came with 808 wood shaving units. So that's the start of a lumber empire there. And it may be that on other planets you can get a long and short and probably a size in between for the Midas size. I don't know about the stink tree. And then that one is a generic fern board. Oh, it's a fern board, not a fern board. Okay. Anyway, we'll have to see if there are other trees out there that we can harvest to be able to get those. So anyway, that's harvesting. I can recommend that to any of you new guys out there, or anybody else that wants to get some skills that you're not going to get any other way. And I mean, it's easy skills. I've raised my analysis skill over 9 points just doing what we showed you there. That's analysis, resource gathering. I increased it, about 3 and something. Biology, I'm not sure if that's from this or not. You'd think that maybe that would be from killing those mobs, but still I got 5.5 points. And for dexterity, I'm not sure what gave me that, but I got a couple of tenths on that. So anyway, something to think about. The markup on the boards, pretty damn good. You know, you're going to have to spend a little money to get a little money, but if you're playing the long game and you're patient enough to put together stacks, keep an eye on auction and see what size stacks are selling. And you know, there's head to be made, and it's a nice way to pass the time if you can stay out of the mobs. And it would be interesting to find out what other trees are out there. You know, there's a lot of trees that you happen upon when you're out roaming around the planet. They're not all just regular looking trees like we saw this evening. So anyway, something to think about. So I'm going to let you guys go. I kept you way too long. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, consider hitting, you know, the like or even the subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you're subscribing, hit that notification bell too. And YouTube will send you a email or something that'll let you know that there's a new video out. So I'm going to let you guys go. Remember what I've always said. This is only a game, so when you're in game, try to have fun. You're here to take your mind off of real world troubles. You don't want to have troubles in game too, so have fun. And it happens to be Christmas right now, so I'd like to wish y'all a Merry Christmas too. Be safe. Stay away from those viruses. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.